Welcome to the underground. If you've been led here today, I feel like I have some messages for you. What we're going to do today is pick 7 pieces, 7 of my sculptures that relate to tarot. I have 79 pieces, 78 traditional and 1 extra piece. Then we'll clarify with some tarot cards and pull an oracle card at the end. Okay, Gemini, a lot of good stuff cooked up for you today. Try to do something special for every sign. And for you, I have a couple things. But first, let's go over these pieces I put out just for display today to show you. These are a couple of your pieces for your sign specifically. In the back we have the Page of Swords. Pages deliver messages. Swords pretty obvious, right? See that little wax seal? Kind of hints at nobility, royalty. Probably a love letter, but it could be anything. It's all about truth, though. It's all about speaking truth, even unwanted truths. Could be about revealing secrets about other people, but definitely a shrewd mind. So, we'll put that back. It's hard to put it where it's unobstructed. A lot of gold in here. I like that. First time I put these two together, I think. Oh, and then the Ten of Swords. We all know about that. Usually it's somebody being stabbed in the back. 10 swords. I chose to put them in the front. This way, the person being stabbed know who stabbed them. And the person doing the stabbing had to have the courage or heat or whatever to be able to do it. Okay, one thing special I want to do for you is to break out my magician's wand. Geminis are definitely known for being magical, so I thought this would be cool for you. Just like I like using modern day things like the cell phone, my crystal ball, this is something else I like to use, a modern day wand. Got it up a little high right now. Can you see that? That red light? It's a healing light. Being a reader, I also like being a healer. Either through words, ideas, but anything that works, right? So this crazy thing, see, it doesn't work on inanimate objects. This is to reduce infection. Say, with blemishes or, I don't know, had a cut or something. This helps heal it. It speeds up the healing process. The other thing it does is bring out the collagen underneath your skin layer, your top layers, brings it out forward. Kind of puffs up skin that might be a little wrinkled or crepey looking, I'm old as the hill, so I need whatever I can get. Whatever magic there is, I'll give it a try. And I've been using this thing for at least a year. I like it. I definitely think it works. They're not real expensive. I forget exactly. I know it was under 100. So what else was I going to tell you? Oh yeah. I said in the beginning I was going to get 7 pieces for you, and I still am, but I'm going to do it a little different because you're the twins. The first 3 are going to be one side of your twin. The second 3 will be the other side of your twin. And the 7th piece will be the outcome for both your sides to complete your reading. And we'll probably use a couple clarifying cards. I brought out a different deck today. It'll be fun. Kind of a little more upbeat looking deck. I love the bottom of the card. Swords, cups, I'll be right back. I'm hearing weird noises. Had to stop the camera and go check. I know what was happening. Somebody was like moaning and like they were in distress. Scared me. Come to find out it was somebody outside. It's unusual around here. It's usually fairly quiet except for the cars you hear once in a while. Could have something to do with your reading. Hopefully no one's in distress. We'll find out when we get the cards. We're trying to get the energy from the most people we can. You know what I mean? The largest segment with the strongest energies, who I hope to pick up. But you never know. Could be very specific for a couple people. Just had a sip of coffee. All right, let's roll. What are you going to get for Gemini today? I hope my voice hangs in there. It's terrible. 25. I'm not going to do reverses with the dice. Another 2. That's a 9. Can't use that. 15, 25, and 15. 17. That 90 keeps coming out. We can't use 90. There's only 79 pieces. I could count as a 0. Maybe I will. 53. 3 more. What does Gemini need to know? What do they want to hear today? We have an answer to their question. That 90 keeps coming up. I'm going to use the 0. So that would be a 7. It's weird it keeps coming up though. Maybe that means something to you. 90. Shaking enough, aren't I? 34. One more for Gemini. 29. Well, there's a 9. Okay, I'm going to go get your pieces. Move things around so we can really see those first 3. Probably do 3 at a time. Okay, be right back. Okay, Gemini, here's your first 3 pieces. This is one side of your twin. You can look at it as advice or clarification. You're already thinking about things. Of course, you already know where you're at. Could be the future, though. It's a February reading. I encourage you to just look what you see here. This one's pretty clear as far as what they look like compared to the cards, except for the first piece on the left, and that's the Knight of Swords. That's your piece, Gemini. You're here. You showed up for your first piece. That makes me feel like we're already going to have a great reading. Oh, the other thing, I wanted to have you ask a question of yourself. Ask a question from this reading, and with your outcome piece, you'll get an answer. Could be about a totally different subject than we're talking about here. Maybe you'll hear something during the reading and pose that question. Okay, so let's look what we have here. Like I said, the first piece on the left, I'm going to go over them quick, then we'll come back and do like a summary. Let's call it a summary. So the piece on the left is a derringer with the switchblade sticking out. Looks like a fight to me. And with the Knight of Swords, it can be a fight. This could have happened recently, could have happened a while ago. You know, this knight here is ready for battle. And it could be a battle of words, not swords. Hopefully, right? This knight is anti-authoritarian, which is weird in a way because knights usually work for the king, who's an authority figure. But I guess some of us are capable of doing that. This is a knight that, you know, knights are still pretty young energy. It's not a king or the emperor or a queen. So this could be a bit unfocused. A lot of energy, but at the same time, with all that energy, it's easy for them to get bored. I think a lot of us are kind of bored these days. We shouldn't really be bored, but I'm pretty sure at times we all are if we're being restricted. You know, our movements, things we used to like to do, we're just not doing them right now. It's the wise thing probably not to do those things. But there'll be an end to this too. So then we go to the second piece. So we had a fight, some kind of fight, or fight's going on. Then we come to Leo's piece, Strength. You could probably tell, that's the lion. Leo the lion. And this piece is really about courage, maybe, strength, of course. But in this case, this woman kind of getting along with this lion. Might even be able to use that strength for her own good. But she's doing it through compassion and intelligence, not through attacking the lion. You know, that wouldn't work. Be a bad outcome. Then we go to the third piece, which also looks like the tarot card. Usually it's 3 people in a little boat, usually paddling away. I put it towards this just to make it fit better. And I also added 1 person, another child. So there's a mother and 2 children, a woman and 2 children, and the driver. Some people call it the water Uber. So, like I said, normally this is heading the other way, away from whatever's going on here. Could be fleeing this fight, going for a safer place or a quieter, peaceful place. Might be best for the family, and that could represent the greater good. But it can also, when you're moving away like this, could be about being under duress, sure. But we have a choice when we're under duress. Do we fight like the knight here, your piece? Do we find the strength? Or do we admit defeat and move towards something new? All right, let's move on to your next 3 pieces. Maybe we'll get the answer. Now remember, this is about your one side. Be interesting to see what goes on with the other side. Hold on, I'm going to move them around. I'm going to push these back and make room so you can see them better. I like what we see here. The first piece is a little scary, right? The one on the left. That's a sword piece, 5 of swords, after the 6 of swords. So air energy is definitely here in a big way. So far we have air, fire, earth. Do I see any cups? I don't think there's any water here. Well, we might get some later. So, like I said, the 5 of swords. In the center is the 10 of pentacles. 10 of pentacles, a really positive card. Really positive. Family, happy home, children, stability over the long haul. Then we go to the last piece on the right, the 4 of wands. More fire. Leo's fire, the strength is fire. And if you look at the pieces, forget about anything else, they're both on bases. They're built on foundations. One could have to do with the other. 10 of pentacles is when you have it all pretty much. You have all your ducks in a row. And then you bring in the 4 of wands, which is about a union. Some people consider it a twin flame piece because those 4 wands are like 1, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11. And it is about, could be about marriages or engagements, things like that. And it can go beyond that union of 2 people and involve a group because it has to do with gatherings, celebrations. We go back to the 5 for a second here. Now this is the other twin. This is the heavy energy here. You're starting out with that. It kind of carries over almost from the other side. And this is a very strong challenge. Could be a bully involved. Could be somebody's outmatched here, probably you. Whatever this battle is, it's a battle in the mind, likely, because swords are about what happens in the mind, the intellect, more than the heart. Then you have to ask yourself, are you willing to battle on? Is it worth it? You might hurt others to do it. Will you hurt others to get there, to whatever, to win this thing? Do everything to win? Or are you willing to lose your integrity? Could be your other person. Could be your person, But you have to consider what's the cost. And when you ask yourself what's the cost, and we look at the other pieces, is it worth losing that 10 of pentacles and that 4 of wands, that beautiful positive energy? Or do you have to win to get those things? With tarot, we're getting messages. You should know yourself. You know what's going on in your head. Or this could come up in the near future. And if it does, then you could think back, come back and look at this again. Use your free will. It's all about your free will. I can't tell you, and the cards aren't telling you what to do. We're going to pull a couple clarifying cards, and then we'll go to the oracle card. And a lot of times that does help. Like I said, we don't have any cups, but I think that reading so far is very interesting. That on the one side, your one twin, it's all about fighting, definitely fighting with the knight, and deciding strength again, kind of a decision, whether to move away or to battle on. And that's the same as this 5 piece, the 5 and the 6. If you go backwards, if you start with the 5, and that's the conflict, the bully, are you willing to fight? Then you go to the 6. The 6 means you probably thought it was best to move away instead of to keep fighting. Moving away could also mean reconciliation, having the strength to smooth things over, patch things up, right? Then maybe after all that reunion could be the 4 of Wands. That could be a celebration of people gathering. And then you have stability with the 10 of Pentacles. So it's kind of a very interesting reading. I like it. I'm going to show you the last piece and then we'll do a quick summary. This is the Ace of Pentacles. When I was a little kid, I loved playing with army men. I'd lock myself in a room and just come up with all these battle strategies and scenarios, tanks and army men. Sometimes I feel like it's the same thing here. So this turtle representing the Ace of Pentacles. So right behind it here is the 10 of Pentacles. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. So we basically have the 1 and the 10. That's a long journey. But because it came in this order, we could read it as you do have everything with the 10 of Pentacles, but you're ready for a new challenge. Because aces are all about a new challenge, a new undertaking. Like I said, one of these pieces points to being bored. Could look at the 6 of Swords as moving away to start something like this. Start over, to build a new foundation. Or, like I said, to build on the one you have. It's slow energy, very slow, even though it's an ace. That's why I chose a turtle. In fact, all Earth is the slowest energy. Fire's the fastest. You're next, air's second. Cups are third, water. I like the spread. I know there's some heavy energy here, but life's like that, isn't it? It doesn't mean it's huge. This is a huge problem here. You only have one major arcana. That's strength. Leo. It's funny, I do watch gem readings because I have a gem moon. And Gemini and Leo have been coming up an awful lot. There might be something going on there. Somebody in your life. It's funny, for a long time, it seemed like Leo wasn't coming up at all. I wonder if I should mention the... yeah, I should actually, because it has to do with air. This Mercury retrograde that's going to be happening, it's a air sign. Last time it was water, so last time Mercury retrograde had more to do with our feelings. This time, because it's air, have more to do with what's going on in our heads. Could be a little tough on you. Then again, maybe that's what you need. Who knows? Guess we'll all find out. I'm part of it too. We have a lot of things in our charts. Check out your chart. Go a little deeper. I'm going to do a real quick summary here because this is, running a little long. I always want these to be short and sometimes just hard to do. So just to recap, the only major arcana here is the first twin. That's the strongest energy. So that might be your dominant side. And that kind of talks about somebody's involved in a battle because of the knight. You or they are strong, or maybe strength is needed to move forward. Then again, you could need the strength to fight on, like the knight. If we go to the second twin, some truth is spoken, which probably hurt somebody. So then what do we do about that? You can either have the courage to speak out. It takes courage to tell the truth sometimes. It's easier to be quiet, isn't it? It's also easier to walk away, like the 6 here. But sometimes it also takes willpower to move away from a fight. This can involve, because there's a few pieces that speak to family. That's 6 with the child in the boat, 10 of Pentacles. So it could be like the greater good. You have to decide whether to fight on or to flee. Fight or flight. The only problem I see in this spread is there's no cups. There's no lovingness. I see that as a problem. Let's see what we get. We'll get a couple clarifying cards. I'm going to use a different deck. I don't think I ever use this deck in a reading. I love the way they look. It's a little lighter energy. I might need that here, in fact. This is called the Illuminated Tarot. I'll show you a card. This is the Ace of Hearts. These are hearts. These show all the playing card symbols. And hearts are love and water, emotions. I did shuffle, but I'm going to shuffle 2 more times for you. What are we going to clarify? Let's clarify one twin and then the other twin. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. One more shuffle. The Ace of Cups came up again in the middle. I don't know. I think it takes a lot of strength to move on, or it takes a lot of strength to speak your mind. So that's to me that's the big takeaway here so far. All right, let's see what we get. Try to get a popper to clarify the Six of Swords for Gemini. Yep. Whoop. Jeez. Too many. Huh. Interesting, though. Maybe we should take them. Yeah, let's take them. It's just, I mean, how can we not? One of them is the last piece here, the outcome piece. I don't know if I stressed that enough. That last piece, which is this, the Ace of Pentacles. That's your outcome piece. It's very important. I'll move the camera. Now these cards have their own meanings, and I don't usually use the book to do the readings. Where is that damn book? Hold on. I have to use the book because some of these cards, this deck does not have major arcana. So some of the cards double as major arcana, and I don't remember them all. So hold on. I think it's a beautiful deck. Comes in a beautiful box, and I like it. So, diamonds are earth. Easy to remember because diamonds come out of the earth. Pentacles. Alright, Ace of Diamonds. Peace, travel, and open-mindedness. So we're clarifying the Six of Wands, the boat with the people in it. And it's saying to keep open-minded. Now, Gemini is a mutable sign. It's not a fixed sign. But we do have quite a bit of earth in here, and that's a more grounded, fixed energy. It's funny the word open-minded, because swords are about the mind. So maybe we need to open our minds a little more, be less rigid. And the next piece, Six of Cups. So we got some cups. The only problem is, it's in reverse. It looks like it's reversed. Yeah, it's in reverse. Whoops. Very precarious, isn't it? So we got our cups, 6 cups in reverse, and we'll use it while it came out at the same time. So this is also about the 6. So we have 2 sixes, a 6, clarifying the 6. It's hearts. So I would say the answer lies in using the heart. Like I was saying earlier, that's the thing that was missing. Hearts are love, hearts are emotions. That's the symbol here. I'm going to look it up though. I'll show you in the book too. It's pretty cool looking. Very simple. I mean, these are very simple, right? Oh, look. Guess what? This is crazy. Look what it says. 6 of Hearts also doubles as the lovers, but we have it in reverse. I did look. I want to be sure. This deck doesn't say not to use reverses. So, I would say this refers to trouble in paradise. Trouble with your loved one, the person you have in your mind. A real love. You know who that is. You have the twins. Mine might be fighting over this. So the fight could be over the battle between your two sides, over love, beauty, and union. I don't think you have to worry about beauty, unless your Lovers is also the choice, though. Lovers is the choice card. In fact, that could be the main thing. I guess it is, right? Maybe it's a different person who doesn't match your idea of type of person you'd be with, the way they look. That could be, who knows, race, age, location, could be a lot of things. But it has to do with looks. This says looks anyway. But it's obviously about a union, and so union between two people. That's very specific. Now the Six of Hearts, if we just take that has to do with looking to the past, like memories maybe. They could be gone, they could be faded. You know, a traditional card is children, cups filled with flowers. But in reverse, could have something to do with money, the loss of money, an inheritance, some kind of problem with an inheritance. Got to be careful if you're going to be on the water. But it could be a reversal of fortune. That could be love or money. So it's a little kind of a downer, right? I hate to do that, but that's what the card's about. On the lighter side, this card could be about the six. You know, we're talking about Six of Hearts here, Six of Cups. Could be about music in a light style. You might need that. It might be a good thing to look to if you're up in your head too much, struggling with something. Theater, that could relate to movies too. And nature above all. All right, we're going to pull one oracle card, and I'm going to use Rumi because we ended with the lovers, and that's the Gemini card. I mean, the hearts aren't, but the traditional lovers. Like I said, this card doubles as the lovers, the Six of Hearts. So that's enough for me. Let's shuffle these Rumi cards a couple times. Hope this isn't getting too long. Since you're twins, maybe you need a little extra time. One more shuffle, we'll get a fire popper. Maybe we can get some advice for Gemini here. Some clarification. Affirmations, advice, I don't know. What does Gemini need to know? Oh, by the way, I asked you earlier, I'm going to stop a second. I asked you earlier to have a question. Well, the answer to your question is yes, and that's because your outcome piece is the Ace of Pentacles. So you have a yes. It's an interesting reading. Has positive, negative things going on, but that's adult life, right? These are trying times for some people. On Rumi. All right, we got one. Interesting. I like this. Star Mother Barakis, number 23. Now this one, I definitely have to read the book out for this. So we just go to 23, maybe that number means something to you. 23, 23. Got a lot of numbers though, right? Sixes came up a couple times. 23, here we go. Be the king who has made his own kingdom. Be the moon that has made her own summit. How much longer will you coo-coo like a pigeon? Empty your head of all mortal lust and become life without breath. You will not call out for God anymore, for you have become immersed in God. Pretty beautiful. So basically the advice is make your own kingdom or be one with God. When you're immersed with God, you won't have to call out for God anymore. Don't be afraid. Don't coo-coo like a pigeon. And it's time to make a move because this here says, how much longer will you coo-coo like a pigeon? It's going on too long, whatever this is. And then it says, empty your head of all mortal lust. Lust, of course, isn't just sex, although it could be. It's a strong one. But the other strong lust is money. So, and it says head, which is very interesting because that's the air sign. Empty your head of all mortal lust and become life without breath. Sounds like spirit to me. When we lose our body, we don't need to breathe. We can become life with spirit. Okay, that's your reading, Gemini. Hope you found something you can use here. This is a new channel. Appreciate any likes, comments, and shares. Subscriptions, of course. Thanks for coming. Love y'all.